good to wake up to a good, clean truck, man. Nothing better. Welcome back, champs. It's your boy Champion Trucker coming back at you with the video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how I quit nicotine. What was my formula in order to quit it, because it is extremely difficult when it comes down to vaping. And yeah, we're gonna jump into it. But that being said, I gotta get my pre-trip done, and then we're gonna head over to the DC, pick up our load. And we got 3 stops this time. We got Grove City, Westchester, and then Huntington, West Virginia. So that's gonna be fun. You guys get to see the hills, yeah. So, or the mountains, whatever you want to call them. Alright, time to pre-trip this trailer. But I'm going to give you guys a little background while I get set up here on why I even started vaping in the first place. About last year, I was introduced into the world of hookah by a female that I met while dating. And it was alright, it was cool. You know, not a very feasible way to take it on the go and everything like that, but you know, there was this thing called mods, or like tanks that you could fill up with e-liquid. So I started doing that, and I didn't do a high dosage of nicotine at that time, and so that was pretty much my start of the downfall. But I quit, and it was extremely easy to quit. Fast forward almost a year later, and all of a sudden I'm over here seeing that, oh, disposable vapes are a thing. You don't have to worry about the liquids. And I went back to a hookah lounge, just reminiscing about the dang it stupid past that I had. So I went ahead and bought one of these disposable vapes. And I do have to say, I can't remember anymore how it feels. I know how bad it was to get off of it, but the one thing that I do have to say is that, ooh, it's kind of low. Okay. Alright, but so as I was saying, pretty much that disposable vape gave me a temporary dopamine hit, and I was in a bad situation that I chose to be in with the individual, and that bad situation led me to my own spiral due to my choices. So yeah, now I'll talk about later, once we get to our first destination, how I combated the whole entire, hold on, I'll very much talk about how I combated quitting nicotine, because that took 20 plus tries in order to quit. And what was it that pretty much, you know, benefited me the last time? What in the world? That's pretty much the story on how I started, due to getting introduced by somebody. And I didn't, you know, I was doing hookah before. It wasn't like I went to a hookah lounge, you know. But what really set it off was I didn't know about the mods and how you could take it portable. And then that disposable vape wasn't really a known thing, and that really set it off. Who the heck did that? All right, we're all set. checked underneath. I did a few things off camera with you guys that probably would be too loud or boring. But yeah, let's head to our next location. We got a little bit of the sunlight coming in. We made it to the first location, got unloaded. Super light load, not too much to really say about that one. It was like really light comparable to what we usually do. But let me go ahead and talk about my process on how I became unaddicted to nicotine, or pretty much how I stopped vaping, in simplest terms. Pretty much, so like I said earlier when I was doing the inspection of the trailer, making sure that was my load, I tried over 20 times to quit. And each time I wouldn't last a day. I would go back, I would throw away the vape, then I would try to figure out, like, man, okay, how can I go ahead and buy a vape real quick to subside my withdrawal symptoms? And so I would soon turn around and buy a new one, which is great, right? And so I would do it 20 times, so $20 each time I try to quit. Now this is in a span of like I would say a month. I would say this was a course of like 3 or 4 months trying to quit. Then finally, after trials and tribulations and figuring out what worked, what didn't work, I figured it out. So on this day, like Monday, Tuesday, Monday is my only overnight route that I know of, that I have. So what I did was, okay, I'm going to do my overnight route, and I'm gonna park at a location where I can get at least 12 hours of sleep, which typically I can do on this day. I don't have to wake up until 4, and I'm usually done by 2 on Monday, so I don't have to wake up until 4 in the morning. So I did that, right? And I parked in a location that doesn't have vapes. I allowed myself to have 12 hours, actually 14 hours of sleep that day. So as soon as I got off, I just shut down, went straight to sleep. And man, I got the withdrawal symptoms, the bad ones, out of the way while I was asleep. Then the hardest part was staying awake. So I heavily caffeinated myself, and at that point I've subsided that part of me that just wanted to get that addiction out. There was like withdrawal symptoms which were like foggy, haziness. I thought it was gonna last for the rest of my life. I really thought so. I was just like, what's the point of me doing this if I'm gonna have this problem for the rest of my life? I will say, no, it does not carry on for the rest of your life, which is nice. If you hear the typing and stuff like that, I'm just putting in the numbers in order to cancel out my dispatch. But I did that process, and I almost failed because it was Sunday and my daughter was very rambunctious. She has a disability where she typically is very mild-tempered and everything like that, just due to her energy levels. And she had recently got a blood transfusion, and she was just off the wall, right? And typically, you know, it's easy for me to take care of that. I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, she's a kid. There are times where she does push the envelope, as kids do. But that day, like, I'm going through withdrawal symptoms and everything like that. So I'm going through it, man. And I almost went to a gas station and got a vape. And I'm glad to say I did not do that. Thank God I did not. I was like, man, I just want to go and be the best version of myself with my daughter. And I think it's been like 3 months. I don't even know, man. I don't even think about it anymore. I do have to chew a lot of gum. because I used to always have to grab somewhere, and what I did was I replaced that kind of thought of where I would grab that item with a pack of gum. And so I get like Trident sugar-free gum. I did used to chew so much that my jaw hurted. You have to understand that I got to a point of vaping that was very dangerous, absolutely dangerous. I was vaping every like 2-3 minutes, and to the point where I didn't get the benefits of what nicotine was supposedly giving me. The last part I will talk about is like the bad issues that I've had after the fact of nicotine. We'll talk about that. We got to hit back on the road. I actually got to go get my breakfast. I gotta get my breakfast, and then we're gonna head to our second location where we'll do a little bit of that good old action cam of work, and then we'll conclude with pretty much what I have to deal with due to my stupid brain. So hey, all right, I'll catch you guys when we get there. We are at our second destination out of 3. Tomorrow is when I have to deliver the last one, or I would deliver today, but they close at 12 p.m. and it's already 1. So yeah, a little unfortunate, but that's fine. Typically I stop at a restaurant, and it's really good. I like it there. It's very homey, a very nice atmosphere. But ever since I started meal prepping, so this is my meal prep. It is I gotta shout out the channel. It'll be down below where I get the recipes at. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright, so we're gonna talk about the final piece of pretty much my whole entire aftermath of nicotine addiction. So after I stopped, the very few first weeks were very painful. Painful psychologically, and then also physically. The psychological problems were more so confusion. I was confused about a lot of things. I was like, where am I at? What's going on? Anger. There was a lot of anger because I don't know. I have no idea. Nicotine, it makes you like a fiend. It makes you like a fiend. So I can only imagine like other stronger drugs, what they can do, and I don't even want to. Heck no. So that was definitely a problem that I had to face. Now, my chest felt very heavy. I noticed that my body could feel a lot more of the things that the nicotine kind of like wiped away. Typically, if I go into a workout, I would be more pumped because I had that nicotine, and I couldn't even feel like soreness or anything like that. Now, I don't know if that's because of like testosterone and everything like that, because I heard that if you elevate your levels of testosterone, which I take like Tongkat Ali and stuff like that, that it can actually, having higher levels of testosterone can actually mitigate or even diminish soreness the next day. But I think I just got to work out a whole lot more than I do. Now my legs, I do a really good job of that. My arms, they just don't get sore. And I have now incorporated proper form, and I know we're getting into the fitness, but anyway, this is just a segment that I'm very interested in. I have implemented proper form at lower like weight. I can lift a 50-pound dumbbell, like curl it with proper form, but I prefer to go slow, and so I go at half of that, which is 25. And so I do like one arm, like two arm curl at the same time, very slowly stretching it out to 10 reps or 8 reps right now, excuse me, until I build it up. So that's something that I just want to piece in there, that nicotine, I noticed that diminished the pain and everything like that when I started working out. So I've noticed that the pain has returned. I have noticed that pretty much my happiness was pretty much non-existent at that time. So I was very depressed, very sad about certain things. And again, I felt like I would be this way the entire time for the rest of my life. And as you guys can see, I'm pretty chill. If anything, I'm a whole lot happier than I was on nicotine. And now I do have some problems, which is I feel like I do have a little bit of an asthma. I have trouble breathing at times, and my throat is still not all the way healed. My lungs are still not the same. And for those that need some kind of scientific study to prove that vaping is bad for you, I don't need it. I don't need 10 years of you guys telling me, oh hey, all along vaping was bad for you. No, it's any substance that is very foreign and could possibly hurt you. It's just not good. It's not good for you. So stop trying to make it good for you. It's stupid. The idea that it truly is stupid. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way to the location that I typically go to, because if I was probably an hour ahead, I would go ahead and do that. But I think parking is gonna be a problem, and I don't want to be stuck at a truck stop. I'd rather play it safe. That's probably why I don't do that. That's probably why I don't go all the way there. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to pull forward. I'm going to, what the heck? Why is it doing that? I'm gonna pull forward, take you guys off. I went ahead and put in my load call, so if you see me on my phone, it's not texting somebody. I have nobody to text except for family. That's pretty much my life. Oh, but I think that I got happier because I pretty much did a lot of inner work, and on top of that, I've done a lot of practice in order to mitigate my stress externally. Like, if there's a stressful situation that I don't need to be in, I don't entertain it. I stay away from it super fast. Anything that is stressful, I will leave if I don't have to be there. Now, that doesn't make me a coward. I face things that I have to face, but like, let's just say there is a fight going on and it's right next to me and I have no business to be in it, I will leave. I don't sit there and I don't I remember the lights shut off in the Target because of a storm. Everybody was trying to investigate. I said, well, let me hurry up and scan these items so I can go. And guess what? I scanned my items and I left, and the whole place shut down. So the people that had a whole bunch of items had to wait. So we're gonna head off to our last little resting area, which I'm gonna shout out a restaurant that I really like to go to. I gotta figure out its name. I never knew its name. I just walked in, and I really like that place, and you guys should check it out if you're heading down to West Virginia yourself on this route. So with that being said, I'm gonna head on out. Peace. All right. Oh, it's morning time. Oh man, I slept pretty good, man. We gonna head over slightly earlier than usual to our next destination and get that all done. And yeah, we should be chilling after that. We are all finished. We've done everything we had to do. We went from Grove City, Ohio to Westchester, Ohio, to finally Huntington, West Virginia, which is like literally the tip. So barely going into West Virginia. But you know, every time I come down here, or typically, I can't say every time, but I typically like to play the song, I think it's, what is it? I know how to sing it, I just don't know the title of it, but now I gotta think about it. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, no. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like the breeze. Country road, take me home to a place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. So we finished it up, man, and I'm proud, I'm happy, I'm proud. And the message of this video, if you did not get it, is nicotine addiction, vaping addiction is a real thing, and it definitely it'll bite you in the butt. Don't get me wrong of that. It'll bite you in the butt, and it is not worth it. It is just not worth it. But this is my typical route. Tomorrow I'll be going back to Grove City, Westchester, and then Thursday, Friday, I don't know what I'm doing. Those are the random days, but I hope to stay consistent within this channel, due to the fact that, you know, I enjoy making this content. I enjoy creating stuff. I think that the cleaning video that I did was answering a lot of questions about food service. So food service in itself, you know, is a whole entire different sector, but I hope that I answered those questions. If you have any kind of questions for this video, what is it like, or something like that, what do I think about JB Hunt, make sure to let me know. I can answer those questions. I should be screenshotting it in order to get back to it. The Steered Mic podcast is going to be coming back out. The first one should be this week, if I get on my job and do it. So I should get that done for you guys. This stop had quite a few, actually a lot more than it typically gets, but I'll take it, you know. Alright, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, champs. I will see you in the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there on the road, and peace.